what is actually going on behind me here is that Muslim pilgrims who are heading to Saudi Arabia for the Muslim pilgrimage are being screened for the Ebola virus by port health officials. This is the second stage. The first stage actually took place in their various states. They underwent the same screening, and they're doing it now for the second time. They're still going to be screened when they arrive in Saudi Arabia for Ebola, and there's also going to be another screening in about a month's time when they will be returning. They will be screened at the airport here before they are allowed back into the country. Now, you would think this would be too much for the pilgrims, but then they're not complaining.
Screening is done at two levels. You've got primary screening and secondary screening. Primary screening involves their temperatures being checked. They fill out a health screening form and, of course, visual observation of how they look and how they appear, whether they look well or not. Now, through that process, if there's anyone who meets the criteria to go into secondary screening by way of having symptoms or having a raised temperature, cutoff being 38 degrees centigrade, then they go into what we call secondary screening. We want to further assess them to find out why they have a raised temperature or why they're showing any of those symptoms, essentially to be sure that they're not suspect cases for Ebola, in which case, if they turn out to be suspect cases, they're transferred to the isolation center for further investigation still, where they're tested for Ebola to be sure that they're negative before they can proceed on their journey.
After the screening, the pilgrims must wash their hands with soap and water before they are allowed through the gate onto the departure lounge. So far, none of them has tested positive for the virus. The pilgrims are lucky to be making this journey in the first place. Nigeria is the only West African country affected by Ebola, but the Saudi authorities have allowed to send pilgrims to that country. It's a gesture the head of the pilgrims told me they are very grateful for.
Saudis and Nigerians, in collaboration with each other, have always taken the matter of medical screening very seriously. But with the advent of Ebola, this matter of screening and rescreening and checking that no one carries the virus abroad has heightened tremendously.
Liberian-American Patrick Sawyer imported Ebola into Nigeria. He later died of the disease, but many Nigerians who had contact with him got infected. 7 have died and others have since been treated and discharged. At the moment, the country has no single confirmed case of Ebola, but 348 people are still under surveillance for any possible symptoms of the virus. Deji, Badmus, CCTV, Lagos, Nigeria.